All right, fans, let's get up. Let's go.
Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. You gotta like what Derrick Rose has done in this game.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
Well, we're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. You gotta like what Derrick Rose has done in this game.
Yeah, created a lot of quality shots for himself in that first half, and he knew when to pass it up when the double team came.
And that led to a very high points per shot number for him. For those of you that are into analytics, that stat really tells how efficient a player has been, and he's been very efficient so far.
Allen and Green are the wings. Randolph is the 4 with Gasol in the middle, and it's Conley in at the point. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Dave Yeager. The Grizzlies have gone 0 for 1 at the line. This is their second trip to the line tonight. Bulls always seem to be tough on the road, and last season no different. They would end with 23 road wins on the year.
And that number was good enough for the second most in the East. Unlike shooting, it's very hard for defenses to go cold, and that's why the Bulls have been so good on the road.
Gasol kicks to Snell. Back to Gasol. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the pass to Snell. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Snell's got 5 points so far.
The D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been of the three-point variety.
And you need the defense to stop the bleed.
Faded away to create the space. 6 points for Marc Gasol. And we know the Marc Gasol was one of the most sought-after free agents this past summer. Clark, all along, most figured he'd be back in Memphis.
Yep, a winning team, max dollars. And don't forget now, he went to high school in Memphis while his brother Powell played there. He's where he belongs.
The Bulls leading by 14. Passes it to Mirotic. To the right side. Here's Snell, guarded by Green. Butler attacking. Some solid defense from Gasol.
Marc Gasol, a first-time All-Star starter last season. He and his brother Powell both starting in that game. The first time that's ever happened in league history, and having both those guys go head-to-head.
Here's Butler. Michael Conley making his last shot. And Mirotic kicks to Rose. Back to Mirotic. And Pau Gasol, the bucket on the assist from Mirotic. Mirotic has got his 4th assist in this one.
Oh, listen, no doubt you could argue Marc Gasol is the best center in the league right now. I mean, this guy does it all. Defends, rebounds, passes, scores. I mean, he's also a great teammate. They all love him. And to me, that matters in the big picture. When you're talking about developing chemistry and trust, sometimes the difference between winning and winning it all is whether or not your teammates like you.
That's his second personal foul.
Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
Lee's checked in for Allen. And Chicago also making a switch. Moore's checked in.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
Now, here is Mirotic. He's got 5. Here's Gasol. The shot's good on the assist by Butler. 6 points for Pau Gasol.
And, you know, back to D. Rose for a moment. He drives the lane now as hard as he did before the injury. It's a level of fearlessness that only a few guys possess. And it's not teachable. You either have it or you don't.
Now here's Conley. Moore with the steal. Now here's Rose. The 15-footer goes back up. Gasol kicks to Moore. And Zach Randolph gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Bulls?
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
Yeah, and the other thing they've done since the beginning of this game is score points off turnovers and in bunches.
Carter drives in, and he lays it straight in. Carter's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And, you know, back to D. Rose, he grew up in a brutally dangerous neighborhood on Chicago's South Side. Some of that fearlessness, that competitiveness he exhibits was learned early on out of necessity.
Timeout called the Grizzlies.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit, and I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Pau Gasol. Now here's Barnes. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Good.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
And Gibson kicks to Heinrich. Sweet little floater.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
To the left side wing. Carter for 3. Rebounded by Moore.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Yeah, another column in the stat sheet that hasn't gone in their favor. To climb back, they've got to put forth more effort.
Clark, looking around the league, there's no team that teams want to play less than the Memphis Grizzlies. They just wear you down.
Well, they play a physical brand of basketball. They play hard. Everybody's on the same page. And even if you beat the Grizzlies, they take a lot out of you in terms of how they try to wear you down.
They get the rebound. And a good offensive board. And he gets the bucket.
They're on track here in the second half after their less than impressive first half. I mean, I think they came out with some tired legs to start, but they've turned it around. They found some energy, and they look a lot more active and engaged.
Shots good by Gibson.
And the Grizzlies played so well against all the other playoff teams. Part of it is that they just have a style that matches up well with anyone.
And Chalmers kicks to Barnes. And Vince Carter picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Tony Snell's checked in for Chicago. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And he gets it to go. And that's 12 points here for Taj Gibson. Down low. Here's Gasol. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. For Memphis, they have made 1 of 3 free throws in the game.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago, about 77% from the line.
And you can't take those numbers lightly, fellas. I mean, their free throw shooting made a difference for them in a lot of their games last season.
There's 14 seconds left to play in the third. Noah the screen. Gibson setting the pick for Heinrich. Up in time. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Bulls lead by 18.